Massive news with Halo, right? No one saw this coming. Well, actually, everyone saw this coming, especially with the way Microsoft has their contractual work. UE5 just made sense. It looks like Halo 5 has officially confirmed that UE5 will be the direction that Halo, and it looks like all Xbox games are going to take now going forward. Now, there are a number of reasons for this, but the most important one is the amount of money wasted with custom engines. Now, you're probably asking, well, if it's a custom engine that's tailored for the game, it will probably work better. There is some truth to that. However, Slipspace is like, what, 20 years old? So there's that. So there's like a lot of rigidness and stuff that just won't work in today's day and age, and a lot of maintenance needed. But the biggest problem is the way Microsoft handles their contractual work. And because of that, well, you usually lose up to 6 months of a contract before they have to replace the staff. They're only allowed to employ staff up to 18 months, and with Unreal Engine, everyone is kind of familiar with it. The two main engines that people learn are UE and Unity, so they can pretty much get stuck in straight away. So they're getting 6 months of extra work that they probably wouldn't get before. Now, if you're looking at maybe 3 staff, that's 1.5 years. If you're looking at 10 staff, you can see how the amount of time that they're getting extra escalates quite quickly. So this also means that the quality of the games will increase because you're getting the people that are working on the game continuing to work on the game for longer periods, and also you're having a more faster delivery because you don't have to chop and change and waste 6 months each time on staff to onboard. Now, 6 months is a number that's pretty fair if you're coming into a 20-year-old engine. Some people will pick it up quicker, some slower, so 3 to 6 months is about right. But yeah, so this is the biggest reason, and I'm seeing a number of people saying that this isn't a big deal, this won't change the core problems. This was fundamentally part of the core problem. Slipspace was 20 years old. It's a super old engine. It needed updating, it needed changing, and this is changing it. You've also had change of leadership, which is great because the old leadership, which kind of was there but never actually did anything, needed to go. So there's a new direction going in there, and overall the buzz at Halo Studios, which is now the new name, they've also had a change of name, is pretty great. And UE5 to me just seems like the perfect way forward. My only hope now is that when the game does launch, it is 60 FPS, because if it's 30 FPS, that's not going to be great. Don't push the graphics to the point where you're hindering FPS. We want to, or at least give people an option. I don't care how it looks, just give people an option of 60 FPS. But Microsoft did release this over the kind of week ago or so, and it's kind of important because this kind of goes into what I was talking about just now. If you're not on Xbox, we'd love to know why. And the reason kind of is because Microsoft has made things quite difficult. They're not really excelling their own games. They're not showing the world what the velocity architecture, direct storage, and so forth can actually do. Microsoft's Xbox has actually got machine learning AI built in hardware-wise into the console. So Microsoft needs to start utilizing these softwares and showing other developers what they can actually do with this. It all starts from the base. Once they do that and gain confidence, then other developers will look at that and say, you know what, this looks kind of cool. And now with the PS5 Pro having machine learning, this is a perfect gateway for Microsoft to utilize this. So there's a number of reasons why developers are skipping Xbox, but one of them is clearly just Xbox not utilizing their own hardware when it comes to their first-party IP. So hopefully this will actually change that and going forward. But you're all here for this, so we're going to react to this now. This is really cool. I haven't seen it. I've only just seen little clips on the thing. So let's see what this is like. It's a 6-minute clip. Hopefully this won't get demonetized, but if it does, whatever. Let's check it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and enjoy my reaction.
Chris Matthews, take 1. Mark.
This is Casey Wu, take 1. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio up best to go deliver on that?
I think that's really important. That one statement there, to me, fundamentally capitalizes what this new studio, what this new mindset, what this new leadership is pushing for. They're not just looking to just regurgitate Halo. They're looking at what made Halo so special at the beginning. You know, the first 4 games, Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, what Reach, 5 games, I guess, what made them so special? Let's take that and bring it to a modern age. And I think that's the perfect approach.
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
When I first heard about Halo moving to Unreal Engine, my first thought was, this is going to be a really hard secret to keep.
I think fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director, Chris, came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born.
I mean, that looks absolutely amazing, right? But there's a lot that was said there, especially with, you know, just switching to Unreal Engine, the old engine. You know, they don't have to deal with maintaining the engine anymore, having to go and get it, you know, if something doesn't work on the engine, going back to the engineer team, get them to fix it, then they tell the dev team what the problem is, and then the dev team have to kind of reverse engineer that fix into it and then get it working. That creates a whole cycle of problems. If you have an engine that just works and you don't have to deal with that aspect because it's a custom engine, well, that speeds up the process and increases the overall quality of your game. And as you're seeing on screen right now, those water effects, which this does look like in-game engine, looks amazing.
It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
That looks awesome. Oh man. Rendered in Unreal Engine 5. Oh god. Can you imagine if Starfield was rendered in Unreal Engine 5? Outside of the fact that it'd probably run at 3 frames per second, it'd look amazing, right? Even better than it does now. Oh, that music. Oh!
The original Halo franchise was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
I love that. I love that. They are clearly identifying that Halo after Reach lost its way. And going back to where it was when it was at its best, at its prime, is where they want to be. That is the attitude that you need right now to bring this back. Now, for all those people that were saying that Microsoft clearly has jumped out and doesn't care anymore, this should show you that that is far from it. And that screenshot right there looks amazing. Chief, you're looking damn good.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo biome.
We were trying to shove as much foliage in there as humanly
Man, I'm
possible
super
to
excited
make
for this.
it really feel like you're on a hike in the, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was more of a technical showcase where we could play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes and terrain.
So good.
Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
You know, on the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combine to really give that winter look?
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land that's been completely taken over by the flood.
I wanted to give our team the opportunity to really express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environments look.
That
I don't
just
think we've
blinding.
seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel, and you know, I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process, everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this design, now we can really dig into material foundations. What is it actually made of? How is it physically accurate to the world? Now we get to take all the wonderful legacy assets that we have, bring them to life, and bring them to today's standards.
Just look at the detail on the knuckles. This is what Unreal Engine provides. And honestly, I think this is definitely the right approach for Halo. And for the Halo team, I mean, just looking at this has me super excited.
We are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges, and you can.
Have you seen how happy they are? If you looked at the Halo team, you know, the 343 team, when they were making Infinite, they were miserable. There was no real community flair. Right now, everyone is really enjoying themselves. They're really having fun with what they are creating. And that passes on into the game and the quality that you overall see. When you see people that are genuinely excited, and you can't really fake that. When you see that in their expressions and the joy that they have and the excitement that they have in getting this out there to their fans, that's when you know that this is going to be something special.
Do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
And this guy right here, Pierre Hintz, the one that's taking over the head of studio, when I was saying that there's been a managerial change, you know, a complete leadership change, he's been doing a great job so far. This is his first foray into making the game. So I know a lot of people are saying that there's, you know, this doesn't fix the core problem. Well, the guy hasn't even had a chance yet. Give him a chance. I reckon he's going to do a great job.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
It feels like a new beginning for the studio in a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
A new beginning for the studio. That's the key here, right? What happened in the past is the past. You had the greatness of Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach, and then you had the 343 era with bad leadership, bad direction with, you know, Halo 5 and Infinite. Even though Infinite is actually supposed to be a really good game. And then now you've got this new beginning. And that's the key undertone here. You've got the new brand, new engine, new leadership, the core team that was good, bringing in more people that actually want to work on the project. This is a new beginning. And that is where fundamentally this game will succeed.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
That's it. You see? That's it. If you look at games like Redfall and you look at other games where the team just didn't believe in the process, if the team believes in the process, things will work a hell of a lot better, and there will be a lot more harmony between the team and the divisions that are making the game. The process is everything, and if you believe in the process, half the job is done.
So much momentum that we have right now, and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building, and kind of this next phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
And there you have it. The new studio name, Halo Studios. That was a pretty impressive ViDoc. A New Dawn. I think it's really impressive. And where Microsoft was asking developers why they're skipping Xbox, when you start to showcase a reason to entice people to come and buy your console, to come and join your platform with, stuff like this, they will have less reason to skip your platform. They will have less reason to move away from your platform. Xbox needs to be showing more of this, showing what they're doing with their studios and how they're revolutionizing gaming and moving forward. Because at the end of the day, if you don't support your platform and if you don't showcase what your hardware can do, why should anyone else care? The buck stops with Microsoft. And I think this right here, with the rebranding of 343 to Halo Studios, a new beginning, new engine, new leadership, the team believing in what they're making, I think this is what's going to propel them to the next level. And I cannot wait to see what this is like. I guess this is going to be on the next console. It won't be arriving on the Series X at this point. Though I'd love to have this in 2025, but there's no way. But I'm super excited for where this is going. I'm very excited for the next Halo. And now I've got the itch and the bug to go and play Halo. You see what stuff like this does? It brings it out of you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you enjoy what you saw? Did you like what you see? Are you happy they're switching to an Unreal Engine? I know some people are not because they're so kind of ingrained with the Slip Space engine and they're worried that they won't be able to perform. But at the end of the day, you are going to get better looking games and you're going to get them faster. It's simple as that. Better looking, higher quality, and quicker games. And overall, that can only be a good thing. Right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.